Sup, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Check it out. I want to talk to y'all about something that I know a lot of y'all may deal with or have dealt with in the past, but don't like to really address it because you may just not be that assertive type of person, or you may think that it's not a big deal, but it really is. And that is standing up for yourself. Standing up for yourself comes in different forms, man. It's not always about physically defending yourself. Of course, you know you're supposed to do that. If somebody is aggressive with you physically, then you have a right, God-given right to defend yourself. But I'm talking about more so just situations where people see that they can get over on you, or they think they can get over on you, or they make the attempt to get over on you, and you just let it go. You just let it slide. You don't even challenge it when you know that they were wrong in how they did you. And that's just a part of our character, where it can become a part of our character if we allow it, if we allow it to become a pattern. And you can't do that. You got to make sure that if somebody is violating you, then you got to let them know about it. People would do anything that you let them do to you. Make no mistake about it. You know that there are a handful, there are a small percentage of truly genuine, courteous people in this world. Unfortunately, the um, the snakes and the, the slick ones seem to outnumber those who are genuine. I'm gonna give you an example of something that happened with me. What I'm talking about. Um, I was at a restaurant one time a while back, and you know, you walk into the restaurant and you just kind of just standing around waiting for the hostess to ask you how many in your party, and then they seat you. But I was by myself, so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and the hostess, she was pretty busy in that particular moment, so she's back and forth, but she clearly can see me every time she comes to the little hostess podium thing. So I'm standing there a minute, longer than I should have been standing there, but I'm good. And this guy walks in shortly after, and she comes right up, looks right around me, and says, "Excuse me, sir, how many are you in your party?" And the dude was actually getting ready to go get seated. He was like, "Oh, it's me," and then he was getting ready to head to follow the waitress to the hostess to go to his seat. But I said, "Hold on, wait a minute." I say, "Ma'am, I was here before him. He just walked in." And then she was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. How many?" You know, you had to correct her. Now, it's not about correcting somebody in a disrespectful way or going off and acting a fool in the restaurant. No, you just let them know. Because had I just took that, we don't know how much longer I would have had to stand there. And within myself, I would have been like, I'd have felt some kind of way about myself going home after that. I would have felt some kind of way about myself even when I finally would have gotten seated and just sitting in the restaurant, like, because it's almost like you just let somebody just punk you. That's what it feels like. Simply because the guy who came after me, he didn't even have the common courtesy to just say, "Oh well, no, he was here before me," which is what uh, a civilized person would do. The average person would or should do. You know, we've all been in those situations where somebody says, "Okay, next," and then you go, "Oh no, 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 she was in front of me, or he was in front of me." That's just common, polite courtesy to do, you know. But to seize the opportunity to just say, "Okay, well, she called me first. Let me go. I don't care nothing about now." So if I would allow that to happen to me, then boom, my character just took a hit. My character just would have taken a hit. And every time you allow people to run over you and you don't stand up for yourself, then that chips away at your character. It chips away at your manhood. It chips away at your womanhood. Because these are things that you have to stand on. You know, and there are other scenarios in life. I just gave that example because it was the first thing that popped into my mind. And it was a simple example. But there are many, many other times in life where people will play you on that. You know, there are people who just use you. There are people that you know, friends and family, who just use and manipulate you, and all you are to them is a means to advance. You know, if I need some money, I can call this person. If I need a place to live, I can call this person. If I need a ride, I can call this person. And standing up for yourself is sometimes say, well, hold on, man. You know, you never are there when I need you. You never look out for me. You never even ask me how I'm doing or if I'm all right. So you have to say, well, nah, I can't do that for you. You're standing up for yourself. Because anytime that you do something that you don't feel comfortable doing, or you allow something that you don't feel comfortable allowing, then that's your inner self, your inner nature just telling you it ain't the right thing for you to be doing. So to let people continue to get away with it, you're doing yourself an injustice. And that's the last thing that you need to do. And some of us are so passive. Some of us are so timid. Some of us are so worried about who gonna not like me, who's gonna feel a certain way. They're gonna be offended. They may not want to talk to me no more. Look, if they don't want to talk to you behind the truth, if they don't want to talk to you behind you taking a stand on behalf of yourself, and they feel some kind of way because you have decided to not let them manipulate and use you or run over you, then they don't belong in your life in the first place. They just don't. So whether it's friend, foe, acquaintance, total stranger, whatever the case may be, stand up for yourself if the situation calls for it. Speak on your own behalf and don't let people just do you any kind of way, because you will become that person. It could be on the job. So you ever notice how on the job there are certain people that get treated a certain way by the bosses and the higher ups, and there are other people who are in the same positions that get treated another way. Like they may tell you, hey, I want you to come in tomorrow. Oh, I'm supposed to be out. Okay, well, I need you to come in. But then other people, they don't even ask. They don't even think about trying that with them because they've already established themselves. And they don't care if they're talking to the supervisor or whoever or the CEO. It's like, look, I'm going to be respected as a man or a woman, and you're not going to do me a certain way. But there are others that they'll look at and say, well, I can't try that with him, but I know I can get him or her to do it. So keep that in mind as you move forward, man. It's your big brother, K-Rino. I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all with another. And I hope this helps out. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Peace.